Hey, I'm Nick, and I help coach people to build up their discipline and productivity in order to reach their dream lifestyles. And today I want to talk about the effects of subliminal messages and the way your subconscious brain works to make you do things. You see, whether you like it or not everything is in your conscious control. You do not always decide how your brain is feeling at a certain point. Similar to the way that you can't control your hunger, you can't just consciously control that, okay, I'm not going to feel hungry right now, or you can't consciously control that I'm going to go to sleep right now. That's based off your subconscious and the stuff that is basically out of bounds for your brain to control. But not just in a physical way, your subconscious brain also controls a lot of the mental things that can make it harder to do something or can impact your habits in a way. If you subconsciously, deep down, don't want to do something or have previous bad experiences with doing something, then the next time that comes up, you'll, whether you like it or not, be adverse to it and not want to do it. Like if you've had a bad experience with maybe riding your bike or riding a skateboard, you've fallen off a couple times, you have that natural fear of not wanting to do it. Or in the opposite way, if you've had some good experiences with riding your bike around, riding your skateboard around, if you've seen some people having fun, watching them do some tricks and be really confident with it, then you yourself will be more confident and happy to indulge in any of those activities, all because of your subconscious brain and it understanding that it's a good thing and not a bad thing. But for the majority of the time, those influences aren't entirely controlled by you. Most of the time, the majority of things that your subconscious brain affects is outside of its control. It does not directly control what it's going to look at a certain point in time. It doesn't control whether or not you should look at a billboard that you don't know what it's about, or you should scroll through and watch a random video about someone skateboarding, someone riding a bike, things like that. You do not always have 100% control. And so subliminal messages that you don't consciously recognize, start to slip in. You start to see more advertisement of people riding their bikes, riding their skateboards, for that example, and you start getting more comfortable and used to it. But in the opposite way, if you start seeing a lot of advertisement for people, say, doing bad habits, watching a lot of TV, slacking on the couch, doing a lot of those things that you perceive as lazy, that you consciously perceive as lazy, but just subliminally, just subconsciously, you interpret that information as something that's normal. You normalize it to yourself just out of the natural effect of processing the information. Your subconscious brain makes it so that the next time you encounter that feeling of wanting to be lazy, then you've already normalized it and you aren't adverse to it. And so it's more likely you fall into bad habits. And so while there isn't a lot of things that we can do to stop that in the first place, like avoiding all kinds of TV shows, avoiding all kind of media that could have the chance of show us some kind of advertisement. What we need to do is make sure that we are influencing it in a way that is controlled and that will overcome those random and out of our control situations, which is why personally I write up what I want to start believing and thinking about on a piece of paper, read that out loud to myself in the mornings and after school and throughout the day, so that it's ingrained into my head the kind of person I want to be, the kind of habits I want to have, and the kind of work and productivity that I want to do. Now, I've mentioned this in the past about writing down what you hate about your bad habits and what you really want to see from yourself when you are in those emotional times and are really wanting change. Use that as a time to incorporate these goals and these key ideas to yourself and your personality and your goals, and then repeat that out loud, and also cover yourself in sources of information that promotes being productive, that promotes striving towards your goal and working hard and all those sort of things, like having friends that support that and indulging in content, if you are, that is supporting of that, that is all about the stuff that you're interested and that will get you closer to your goals. If you do that, then subliminally you will be able to enjoy that a lot more, and it means that you aren't experiencing the bad effects of your subconscious mind and you are using it in your favor. So yeah, As an action step, just write down what you want to be, your personality, the type of work you want to do, how that relates to your goal, which is the most important part. Repeat that to yourself throughout the day, especially in the mornings and then at night. And then subliminally, it will be ingrained into your subconscious mind. And the next time you are struggling to follow through with it, it's